This looks like, you know, the video you see of the mother in the movie before she dies.
Not laugh as I'm doing my workout.
Sorry.
Fine, you do your workout. Go on, do your workout. Come on.
Okay, if I was a bird and I had a bird call, take one. Whoa.
That is not good. Oh.
Okay. Oh no, because I was thinking of the Minecraft cows and then I got confused. Okay, I got this. Mo.
You're too high. There you go lower.
Mo. You're too low. You still sound like the meme.
Copy me, because I got it down.
No, you don't. That's the problem. Mo. So we just finished eating at Parm, and it was really good actually. I didn't record anything, although I'll put the pictures of my ratings here. I didn't record anything because we. Why? It was not why.
It was good, but I was expecting better for something.
Why?
Because I was.
But it wasn't like a fancy restaurant. It was like the knockoff version of a fancy restaurant. Like specifically. Okay, I mean, okay.
Like the girls played looked better.
Oh, like you don't like your choice. That's what you're saying. Okay. So we went to Parm, and I didn't record. The reason why is because we made a new friend yesterday when we went to Nikoniko's Zakaya, and we decided to go out with her to eat at Parm. I didn't want to be like a fucking weirdo, asshole, corny bitch that just like recorded while we were eating and like bothered her. But right now we're actually heading back to the Museum of the City of New York because Chloe, there was another exhibition that she didn't see on the website that she actually really wants to go see. And also I feel like I personally failed you as my viewers because I didn't give you the full Vogue fantasy. I could do better than what I did. I could do better than what you saw. And I know that's true because when Chloe wasn't recording, I did a death drop and it was actually sickening. It was actually good. It was actually good. But for Parm, I would give my rating of a 6.8. Pretty good. Service, location, it's fine. It's fine, but I really liked, oh my god, I really liked the garlic knots. The garlic knots, which is called pizza knots, yummy. I ate all of it. So I was really happy with that. Oh, you're fatphobic. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Yeah, fatphobic. No. Confirmed.
I don't like that you can flip it around.
Confirmed.
So it's like...
Yeah. I actually ended up not staying in the museum for long because we had a confirmed reservation for Happy Medium, which is an art cafe that we're going to go to, and it's quite soon, which means that I had to leave for my next location, which I really wanted to visit this part of Central Park. I'm pretty sure this is the Conservatory Garden, and I really wanted to see it, so I came here instead. And right now Chloe is still there because she again really wanted to see that exhibition that she had noticed at first. I think it's about film in New York. Specifically, it's like superimposing a bunch of different like scenes at the same time that we're in New York, while also having a lot of information about what it's like to physically film in New York. But regardless, I mean, evidently I've said many times that relationships aren't going to solve your problems. And it has a lot to do with the shadow video in Mexico City about when I mentioned that everything that you want is going to have the great parts of it that, of course, you probably overemphasize and imagine the most, but all of those things are going to have these annoying shadow aspects that pertain to your mundane day-to-day life. I mean, consider you want to be in a relationship, but being in a relationship can be sometimes arduous because you have to be consistently in tune with someone else's needs. That causes so many tiny decisions that you have to make and tiny changes that you have to do to your life. You have to make sure that you make time for your partner. You have to make sure that that time is quality. You have to consider your partner's desires, their dreams, their ambitions, where they want to go in life, where you want to go in life. You might genuinely have to change things that you want to reach a common ground with your partner, because your partner is not gonna be the same person that you are. Hence you're bound to disagree, hence you're bound to have to come to some sort of compromises when it comes to things that you want to do in life. So when you get into a relationship, after the dust settles, after the honeymoon phase, you'll realize that a lot of the problems that you had prior to having a relationship and thinking that the relationship was going to solve it, they're still going to exist. And not only are they still going to exist, but now you're going to have new sets of problems that are specific to the fact that you are now in a relationship. And that's not to say that I'm venerating singlehood because there are no issues with it. I'm just saying wanting things. I don't remember where I heard this from, but I really wish I could quote it because it was wonderfully put. There was someone that said, I'm sure I read it online, that when you want things or when you envy a life, once you finally got that, you are just truly exchanging one set of problems for another set of problems. And I feel like seeing your desires in that way, it really puts into perspective that you are not necessarily entirely going to be magically, radically different after you finally get something that you've wanted for a long time. And of those problems, what I see the most with the people around me that have relationships, a lot of those issues arise from people just not loving themselves before they decide to enter said relationship. And I know that so many people say this and it's said over and over and over again. And I myself didn't quite entirely believe it. And the reason why I didn't quite entirely believe it was because it was never fully and thoroughly explained why it is absolutely necessary that you have you've laid down the groundwork for self-love before you get into a relationship. But I'll give you 3 clear reasons. The first one being, not loving yourself leads you to have bad relationships. If you're the kind of person that is consistently telling yourself the meanest things, finding any opportunity you can to criticize how you look, how you act, how you dress, whatever it is, once you find someone that to a certain extent echoes what you already believe, you're going to accept that treatment because you think you deserve it. You're going to accept that because it won't seem foreign to you to think that you are undesirable, to think that you are unlovable, to think that you are not worthy of the utmost respect and love and kindness and gentleness. And there's kind of like a catch-22 here, because even if you do find someone who truly comes to you in good faith and has so many wonderful things to say about you and finally kind of gets you out of your own head about how you feel about yourself, then there's still a problem, because then you'll latch onto them. They'll be your source of affirmation and feel goodness. And now this entire person is basically solely responsible for upholding your self-esteem. And another thing with bad relationships is when you're insecure, when you think that at a fundamental degree you are unlovable, and this also has to do not only with being insecure, but as Chloe said, being so pressured into like love is this ultimate goal to be achieved, is that you will just sink your teeth into the first thing that comes along. You'll find someone that's nice or just okay, and you'll think that that's enough. And that's because they like you, and you believe that liking you is such an anomaly because you don't like you. And so you'll grab onto them fearing that nothing else will come for you because you don't think that it's possible, or you don't think that it is natural for you to be loved, for you to be revered, for you to be taken care of. This opens a floodgate of obstacles when it comes to relationship, because then you'll start to resent them, or you'll start to resent yourself, and you'll feel like through all of that you can't go anywhere because this is all that you'll get. You are allowed to have a criterion beyond they like me. You are allowed to be picky. You are wonderful enough to allow yourself to have options and not just take someone because they're adequate, but rather because they're truly ideal and you want to be with them. And the other side of you fearing singlehood and being insecure and that causing you to just take the first person that comes along, you actually might end up being the problem. They might not be the problem because you decided to enter this relationship without actually even knowing whether you're ready and actually even knowing whether you're able to handle it. The second reason why people keep saying that you have to love yourself before you enter a relationship is because not doing so will end up becoming a serious burden for your partner. It makes it difficult on their end to maintain this relationship. Like I said, it is a huge expectation to think that only one person will be able to uphold your self-esteem when you're so deeply insecure. Now, being insecure and consistently needing validation is not wrong per se, but it is demanding, and if you've resigned yourself to being insecure and said that this is the most you'll get out of life, you'll just be fine, just like not loving yourself, and just forgone your responsibility to show up and instead expect your partner to do so every single time. You are putting so much pressure onto one human being, a human being who is bound to fail you at least once. And they won't even fail you out of malice, but because it's human and it's normal and it's okay. But for you, it'll be such a devastating blow because this is the one person that holds you together. The third reason is that being insecure can make you a bad partner or just generally bad at relationships, not even just romantic relationships, but platonic ones and familial ones. I really want to write an essay because I'm planning to hopefully start a Substack that's, because I already have a Substack, but it's more of a political one, but I want to have one that's related to more like advice, like the stuff that I have on YouTube. And I really want to start a Substack just on this single topic because I have so much to say when it comes to insecurity and how it creates a huge chasm between two people when one of them is truly insecure. Is it chasm or chasm? I don't know. The gist of it is because being insecure makes you incredibly self-conscious, it makes you also, by dint of being self-conscious, self-centered because you worry about the way that you exist, the way you take up space, and the way that you are perceived, and it becomes more and more difficult to get out of your head and just truly consider others. And of course, it's impossible to entirely see other people without the filter of your own ego or the filter of your own biases or the filter of your own perspective. But I think when you're insecure, your open-mindedness, or not even your open-mindedness, but your sense of empathy and social awareness of the people that are around you shrinks even more than the limits that it already has. And here come all the anxiously attached people to say, no, I take care of the people around me, I'm good at taking people into consideration, like that's what I do, blah, 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 blah. And here's my question to you. Do you take care of people truly just because you want to make their life better and improve it, and because you want to take them into consideration? Or do you want to do it because you want to prove to them that they have to keep you around because you are the only person that is able to make them feel special or good about themselves? And of course, the two don't have to be completely mutually exclusive. I'm not going to go into a philosophical argument about whether anyone can ever be altruistic, but what I mean to say is one of those two things can blind you to what the actual needs of your partner are. This is why it also destroys your relationships, because then you might get so burnt out trying to fulfill needs that your partner hasn't even said they had, but you think that you have to do for them, lest you fail them in some way or fail to prove that you are worthy of being with them. Furthermore, when it comes to insecurity being so corrosive to relationships, when you're insecure, you are so much more likely to project onto your partner unnecessary meaning for the things that they do when they might not even actually be trying to hurt you or trying to slight you in any kind of way. And I think an especially potent and common example is just general jealousy and trust issues. A lack of trust, especially when it comes to fidelity, can come from you thinking that you are unworthy and thus likely to get cheated on. And so because you believe that, you push that onto your partner and think that they think that way as well. This isn't to say that when you have a sneaking feeling or suspicion or intuition, you should let your partner gaslight you. But then if your partner is toxic, then that brings me back to reason one. It's how have you led yourself into this bad relationship? It's because of feelings of unworthiness and lower self-esteem. And even further, why are you staying? With all that said, there's still like a very fine line that has to be tread here. Because despite everything I've said about being insecure, everyone is going to have insecurities. I'm not ever going to say that you're going to be perfect. That is absolutely impossible. And also, you still deserve love even if you're a work in progress and haven't been able to completely distill all the things within you that aren't entirely productive to your own mental health and well-being. I'm not telling you to rid yourself completely of insecurity because that is categorically impossible. My main takeaway is that it becomes something that needs to be addressed when you expect someone to come along and help you do the inner work that you're supposed to do to an asymmetrical degree. meaning that your partner is not just giving you love and support and providing you with a safe environment for you to thrive and improve yourself and figure yourself out, but they are doing the improving for you. They are doing the figuring it out for you. Or they're just entirely distracting you from the fact that you need to do this kind of work within yourself. So now that I've gone on my diatribe, what would I say then is the ideal situation to go into a relationship from? I would say first having a good, in parentheses, a good enough relationship with yourself. Look, if you are unable to say a nice thing to yourself, like in the mirror without cringing, I need you to get the fuck out of my face with, I want a relationship, I want to be with someone, I need to get cuffed. Get the fuck out. Like, don't piss me the fuck off. Don't piss me the fuck off. I don't think this is the end all be all when it comes to being a barometer, but I think an interesting litmus test would be to say, if I was in a relationship with someone that treated me or talked to me the way that I do myself, would I be content? And that's a good starting off point, I believe. And of course, I brought forth a lot of strong opinions, clearly, about insecurity and how it is not conducive to living a good life, but I'm also not here to just blame you for everything. I'm also not the kind of wellness person, not wellness, but I suppose self-improvement YouTuber that's going to tell you that everything is on you and you have to do this out and you have to figure it out. This is your responsibility and you. I don't believe that people don't owe each other anything. So I think that the second part that would make an ideal situation would for you to be in a very supportive community, to have a network of people around you that love you, to have a network of people around you that are able to support you, to have just, and this is, I guess, a very stupid way to say it, but just have good vibes that just envelop you in its embrace when it comes to the people that are around. And they can show up for you and they can give you that extra love when you need it, so you don't have to depend on this one singular person that might not even be everything you dream of. Friendships also matter. And I know that sometimes you might not have friends, or sometimes you might not have friends of quality. So if you would like to comment a question that you need advice on, something that you've been struggling with, I would really love to help you, or even DMing me personally. And it doesn't just have to be me in the comment section. Like, of course, other people that are watching the video that think that they have something really interesting to say about this, or to say to the person that's commenting, asking for help, you can also respond. I want, in the end, and I know this is something a little bit premature because I don't have like 1,000 subscribers or even 100 subscribers, but what I want with my platform is to create a community that consistently talks to each other and grows and helps each other and thrives for the people that truly need solace, like a kind of digital escape from the chaos that exists on the rest of the internet. Anyways, I have to head out because we're actually quite far from the place that we're doing the art cafe at, so I'll see you soon. Anyways, toodaloo, I'll see you in like 3 seconds. So we're at Happy Medium and I decided to get the oil pastel experience. I'm gonna do like little doodles of stuff that we did in New York, because like when I write in my diary, I like to have a little illustration, so it's like a bit of visual as well. And then Chloe did charcoal, so she's gonna try and do like a Renaissance statue type thing. Are you excited? I'm scared. You need to trust the process, okay? You got this.
The process is not trusting me.
It's good.
I'm trying to add some softness.
Wait, can I see the reference picture just for reference? See, like, I can see where you're going. I can see where it's going.
You see the vision?
All right, an hour later, this is pretty much the final result. Hold on. There we go. I'm into it, honestly. This is mine. So some of these are like fuck ass, but some of these like I committed to. So this one, it was just like me trying to test out how like the markers were gonna work out for me. Not the markers, with the pastels. Were me trying to work out how I was gonna like do it. This, I attempted to like see like how I could layer pastels on top of each other, and it didn't work well. I was trying to do like a brick building with like fire escape, but then I was like, no, this isn't working. So then the audio for this clip got totally messed up, and you'll see that in the next clip. But basically, this is Chloe, and the eyes are messed up. The hair's a bit messed up because she wanted pink hair, and it didn't work at all. So I had to go over it with some red, and I tried to layer, which is why the eyes got so weird. And then a cursed drawing of Anna Wintour, which was meant to represent the fact that we went to the Met. I genuinely have no recollection as to how the drawing turned out that way, but I see that it's terrible. I swear to God, guys, I'm actually talented. I know how to draw, I swear. This is Shirley Chisholm because we went to the Museum of the City of New York and there was her exhibition there. And then this I really like. This is from a moment where Chloe and I were at Central Park and it was raining and we like just sat down on a bench and like enjoyed the view. And now Chloe's kind of eating it. Wait, let me see her. I like that. This is like abstract. This is giving Basquiat. This is Basquiat. Ooh, your signature is kind. Nah, I'm keeping this. And when it goes for $1 million, you're not allowed to reclaim it. You're not allowed to reclaim it.
Barbecue pork with honey sauce.
I'm gonna try. Oh, there's not a bone. No, there's so much bone. That's gonna give some points off. I don't want to bite into bone because that's how I actually chipped my tooth once. .3 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe yours is better. Let me try. Can I try?
Yeah.
Also 6.3. No. 6.5.
Because I don't have bone.
No, it just tastes a bit better. No regrets. It wasn't expensive compared to the other things we ate. Oh my god. Honestly, it's like not really fresh. I think that's the big thing. I think if it was like fresh, it would be more tender, etc. But I think with the demand that they have, it wouldn't really be possible for it to be fresh. I think that their whole point is to get it out as quick as possible. Like there aren't even that many chairs. So I think, yeah, the fact that it's not fresh, also like the seasoning I think is missing something. Like the sauce is definitely there, but I think because the sauce is a little bit more on the sweet side, there should be more like savoriness to like ground it and balance it out, in my personal opinion. Chloe doesn't mind because she has like a sweet tooth, but for me, like especially if it's like meat, I'd rather it have like a balance. Like, you know, like for example, Korean fried chicken, often the sauces with like the gochujang or the garlic soy sauce, like it'll be sweet, but there'll be like a savoriness to it that puts it all together, and I feel like this doesn't have that. But I do really like the rice. I'm really picky about rice and like texture and taste, and this is really good fucking rice. So I will say that. Yummy. What did you get? A chocolate? Like Oreo?
It's a milkshake that's cookies and cream
Okay.
and chocolate caramel almond.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Is it good though? Like that sounds like it would just taste like sugar. Yeah.
That's between me and God.
And your milkshake. Mine is really good.
What did you take?
I took salted caramel and brown butter. And I put chocolate chips on top.
That's smart.
I would rate this a good like 8 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
7.
7. Why 7?
The chocolate flavor is kind of overpowering.
You put like 3 different things together though. That's not their fault.
No, but it's like one that's called like chocolate caramel almond. Another one that's cookies and cream.
You don't taste the cookies and cream enough?
And I want more cookies and cream.
Oh, okay. Then why don't you just get like cookies and cream?
Because you need 2 flavors.
Oh, okay. Are those scissors or is it a knife? It's a knife.
It's a nail file.
Oh, so I was right.
Spatula.
Okay. Oh, spatula? For what?
For spanking that.
Ew, Chloe. That's so inappropriate.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
To me, Muji really seems like the store for like NPCs.
Oh, so like incredibly disrespectful. Okay, so you don't get the vibe basically. So you're a fucking asshole. Really. Yeah. So you don't ever need a fucking pen? You never need a desk organizer?
Like stationary wise, but like clothing wise, like.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%,
NPC
100%.
NPC lore, NPC. The NPC station where they like load all their things and
Yeah.
buy it so they can continue being NPCs.
This is the spawn point, really.
Yeah.
All right, so we were actually going to film this in a coffee shop, but unfortunately, because it's Memorial Day, it closed early, so I got cast out. Yeah, I had to go, so now we're outside in Soho, and I'm recording this on the street. And basically, what I wanted to talk about in this last chapter was just like the very practical, tangible ways that you can make singlehood work for you. Now, I don't have the end-all, be-all of solutions, but I feel like there's a couple of little tips and tricks that you can do that would really, really benefit you. I think what's first required is a perspective shift, and that goes along with everything that I've said in this video, recognizing that, distilling that, digesting that, and also on top of everything, not seeing singlehood as I said singlehood so many times, but is singlehood even a word? But not seeing being single as a waiting period, as this time where I'm in a transition between me going to my next relationship or my first relationship, but really seeing it as its own experience that has a lot to glean from. And then following the through line of the things that I've been talking about, not seeing romantic love as everything. There are so many different kinds of love that can truly nourish you and your life, and to consistently seek that out and give more of it can improve your experience of being single so that you don't feel lonely, so that you don't feel unloved, so that you don't feel isolated. Also trying to center yourself a little bit less. And that's to say that I think that people, when they're single and they feel a lack of love, they first go to, well, I think it's because people are not giving me enough love. But what about you? How do you fit into this equation? Are you emanating love? Because I truly believe that when you smile at the world smiles back at you. And if you can consider the ways in which that you can give back to community, give back to people around you, I think that that will return to you, not even just in equal amounts, but also maybe tenfold. And in a more practical sense, this would mean like a lot of volunteering work, like giving love, or like if you see a homeless person and you have some food, give them something, or like a couple of dollars. I think that really augments your self-esteem because it cements the fact that you are a valuable person, that you give back, that you are meaningful, that you impact people in a positive, true, and important way. And I feel like the moments in which I felt the most love and the most authenticity and the most joy is the moments in which I was completely, utterly engaged with the world and the people around me and giving as much as I could and being as kind as I could, because that is how you entrench yourself in community. So again, volunteering, helping out people in small ways, giving people a smile, engaging in conversation. Like if you see someone walking on the street, like I do this all the time, and you think they look gorgeous, tell them they look gorgeous. If you think that someone has a nice vibe, if you want to know where their coat is from, just engaging more with like these small interactions. Do not underestimate how much small, kind, loving interactions can actually add an impact onto your life. I would even go so far as to like put a little bit of romance in your friendships. Like, why are people so obsessed with impressing a special someone when they already have all these amazing people, or they should be having all these amazing people in their lives that they can care for and get care from as well? Like, give your friends flowers, take your friends out on nice trips, take your friends out on nice outings, give them little gifts, tell them little like cute words, write them love letters, write them poems if you write poetry, write them songs if you write songs. Show your friends how you love them in a more romantic way, the same way you would a partner, without it necessarily having to be sexual or weird or corny, just truly an act of devotion and love for the people that care for you. So essentially expanding your inner circle or enriching your inner circle, and also expanding your outer circle. Because I think people really undervalue the necessity of acquaintances or occasional friends, so friends that you have for a particular purpose to do a particular activity, because no friend is always going to be everything to you, the same way that no romantic partner is going to be everything to you. So to that end, having people that can fill the little holes you feel that you have in your life, because you know that you can go to this friend if you want to go party, or that friend if you want to go do like a fun arts activity, or that friend if you need someone to lean on, and it doesn't necessarily have to be with someone within your inner circle. That way you can have a more rich and varied community. And then also, conversely to all the community stuff, being able to retreat, being able to enjoy your own company. And I think a big part of why people start to resent singlehood is because of a persisting boredom that you might feel. But you don't have to feel boredom just because you're single. Go out and take skill classes, go do fun things, go take yourself out on dates. Even if you can't find someone that wants to hang out with you, you can do it on your own. Pick up a new hobby, or for example, what are the things that you've been putting on pause? Why don't you continue that? Why don't you grow and keep learning new things that you haven't been learning for a long time? Certainly, there have to be things that you can enjoy precisely because you don't have someone, precisely because you are alone. I mean, consider, what would you be giving up if you were entering a relationship? What are things that you value in your life that you are able to do because you don't have someone that expects things from you, you don't have someone that is to a certain extent dependent on you, and thus are more free to be able to do when you want to? Like, what are those things that you would be giving up? And cherish those things while you're single. Do those things, because again, singlehood isn't just a time where you just wait for a relationship. It's a time where you can have a completely different set of experiences and live those to the max. Do all of them. What are some things that you've been wanting a partner to do for you? Why not do that for yourself? What are the things that you've been wishing that you could have a partner for so you can do something with them? Why not just do those things by yourself? Singlehood, for you to be able to take from it as much as you can, it requires daring. And I also want to clarify that I'm not at all saying that being single means not having any kind of like true romantic love into your life. I 100% encourage you to date when you're single, but I think the issue is you're dating with so much expectation, you're dating with so much pressure, and it's causing more yearning, it's causing more disappointment. And of course, again, I am not someone who will ever argue that people owe you nothing. People do owe you something to an extent, as we're human beings all living in society, all living in a community. But I think that you should date just with true open curiosity, and not with a fear of like, I don't want to let this person go, or I need this person to be the one that I've been waiting for. And just dating to get to know people, dating to see where this goes, dating to learn more about the world, dating to learn more about yourself. And it's an amazing opportunity for you to understand what you want and don't want in life, as well as understanding your boundaries. So again, I never want you to see singlehood as like just waiting to be in a relationship, but it's still, you can take singlehood as an experience where you're also preparing yourself for a relationship and making sure that you are ready. You're not necessarily preparing yourself, but doing the necessary inner work that's much harder to do, or rather that should be done before you are in a relationship, without doing it for the express intention of, okay, now that I've done all this inner work, now I'm finally ready to go in a relationship, and that's the whole point of it, but truly just doing it for yourself. We're in Times Square because, and I realized I never even mentioned this, but like this is Chloe's first ever trip to New York, which is why we're here. It's kind of like for her belated birthday trip kind of thing. And that's why like I've been showing her around. So of course you can't go to New York and have a trip to New York without ever going to Times Square.
I'm gonna look at all the photographers who are like trying to take pictures.
Yeah, that's crazy. Photographers trying to take pictures of people, that's crazy. That's crazy. Isn't that so corny?
Yeah. Yeah, but like they're trying to make money from it, and I do it for the art.
Right. What's the job you want to have again? Like, what's your career aspiration again? Just to remind me, just real quick.
I can't put my finger on it right now.
Oh, that's crazy. That's kind of convenient, isn't it? Actually. Now that the trip is starting to slowly conclude, what was your favorite part of New York?
My favorite part of New York was the Museum of the City of New York.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The Bibliothèque Cafe.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you would like it that much.
Yeah, it was really
the reason why I didn't bring us longer is because like I already saw it, so I was like, okay, I want to describe those places that I. Okay.
Seeing Lower Manhattan by night and Happy Medium, like the cafe.
Oh yeah, I like that
so
one.
We had a really good time there. And the Conservatory Garden was nice. It was like really calm, quiet for once.
And what was your like favorite restaurant?
Happy Bakery.
Funny Face Bakery. Yeah, fake.
Because I was still thinking of Happy Medium.
Okay, you're fake.
Okay, Funny Face Bakery. Cut that out, okay?
What was your favorite restaurant I went to?
Funny Face Bakery.
Okay. Alright, let's head to the subway.